wouldn't believe the day I've had.
Misery loves company. Care to share?
No, not really. Same old Saudi Arabia.
Not quite like the brochure, huh?
I'm Scarlet.
Mike.
So, Mike, what brings you to this exciting corner of the world?
I'm in the oil business. My father's been pushing me towards politics, but all I really want to do is manage a baseball team.
That sounds familiar.
It does.
Think you're the first oil guy I've sat next to?
So that's me. How about you? Those your legs?
Other page.
Cover story by Scarlet Lake. Photojournalist.
One of the best.
Dangerous work around these parts, I'd imagine.
If there's no risk, it's not important.
I think you're onto something.
Here, call me. I have a lot of contacts in the area. Maybe we can work out a trade. If you should hear anything, of course.
If I hear anything juicy, you're the first person I'll call.
I appreciate that. You know, there's something about you. Makes me think I might just be sitting next to a headline.
You'd be better off looking for stories elsewhere.
That makes it sound like I'm on the right path.
Interpret that however you want. I've got some sleep to catch up on.
I'm watching you.
Great. Wake me when they serve breakfast. This is it? It's very crappy.
Just check the shower, genius.
Shower? Oh, this is one of those secret agent hidden entrance things, isn't it?
Well, it was until you started talking about it.
Are you sure about this?
Positive. Trust me.
Okay.
See? What did I tell you?
This is why I love you.
You can send roses to my dead drop in Prague. Now that you've made it to Taipei, what are your plans?
I sort of figured I'd improvise, put an ear to the ground, and see what I can find out.
Don't you think you need a little more focus than that?
I've got 3 leads to start with. This Stephen Heck guy seems like he knows what's going on in Taipei. He might be able to answer some questions.
Be careful, Mike. I've checked my databanks, and I can't find any evidence that Stephen Heck has ever worked for the CIA.
I'll be on my guard. There's also that anomalous data trail from Shahid's system. Any luck tracing it down?
I managed to follow it back to a place in the warehouse district. I'm forwarding the address to you now. What's the final lead?
Simple. Follow the money. Shahid was funneling large amounts of money to a front corporation for the White Oak Mountain Triad. Think I can persuade them to tell me why.
Sounds like you've got everything figured out.
Isn't that why you love me?
You watch yourself out there, Mr. Thornton.
Always.
Hello? In the back. With you in a sec, buddy. Not too uncomfortable, I hope. Now this is dry cleaning solution. Active ingredient is perchloroethylene. Gets stains out like a champ. Like a champ went, believe you me.
Gonna be hard getting that stuff down his throat. Want me to get a funnel?
Funnel? Yeah, that's a killer idea. So you remember where they are now, do you? Candy dish. Ah, that does it, Wen. You know I don't like sweet... Oh, the candy dish! That's right! That's where I left my keys. Should have said something earlier, Wen. You see what I almost made you drink? Good old Wen. Always getting into antics. Anywho, what can I do you for?
I like your style. Do any of the people you've interrogated know anything about an attempt on Sung's life?
You came to the right place, and you're lucky you did. See, people come in and out of Taipei all the time without asking for clearance, so then I have to erase them so they don't expose me.
Expose what exactly? Your overuse of quotation marks?
My secret identity and everything I know, that's what. Listen, did you know that in the 1960s, the CIA surgically jammed a mic and antenna into a cat for an op codenamed Acoustic Kitty?
No, I've never heard that. Have you heard of anything relevant to my previous question?
Oh, it's relevant. just between you and me. And when. You're with the agency, am I right?
Yeah, kind of. It's complicated.
Say no more, Agent.
Mike will do. Steve.
Steven. I'm an agent myself,
You don't say.
Yeah, I work for a division of the CIA that doesn't officially exist. Super secret. They just kind of turned me loose and let me go nuts.
Uh-huh. So, can you help me or not?
Depends. How do I know you are who you say you are? I have to ask because, funny story, one time a salesman came in and I thought he was buying secrets about the German Chancellor's security detail.
Does the name Alpha Protocol mean anything to you?
Secret program to allow the government plausible deniability? No, not really. After all, the U.S. doesn't do black ops anymore. They changed the color to something else. Orange, I think. Yeah, that's the new black.
So you never heard about that orange op I did in the Middle East? The one where Shahid disappeared in a flash of light? That was me.
Really? Well, I definitely heard of that thing you just said. All right, color me convinced. So, Ronald Sung, huh? Hey, did you ever notice his name's an anagram for lard on guns? Ironic, isn't it?
Hey, yeah. And considering that item posted a few years back in the Worldly Weekly about that pig fat being used as an experimental bullet toxin, not a coincidence.
You might be onto something there, Mike. I'll look into that for sure. Ronnie Sung. What do you want to know, Mike? Personal demons, pant size, political capital, sexual proclivities?
Actually, all of the above. But right now, I'm most interested in who might want Sung dead.
Political assassinations. Yeah, those are fun. One time I took out an entire soccer stadium just to kill the premier of Namibia. Hey, did you know at 400 miles an hour, soccer balls can decapitate people?
I didn't. But Sung?
Sure. I can tell you this, Mike. There's a big conference coming up at the Grand Hotel. Sung's gonna be there, along with a few dozen EU bigwigs and the like.
I didn't bring my conference pass, and I don't feel like waiting in line. Unless it was worth my while.
Taiwanese National Security Bureau is providing the security. You think those cats don't just have oodles of stuff on everybody who might want their boss dead?
Wouldn't be too hard to slip in and borrow some of that information.
Knew that would appeal to you, Mike. Hey, give me a call when you head that way. I'd like to be in on this.
You got it. I'm here to see the Red Lion. I'm a friend of the Sheik. Monsieur, my name is Michael Thornton. I think you have information I need.
I know many things. Most of them would be useful to someone, I'm sure. What is it you want from me, Mr. Thornton? I have no interest in bantering with an American cowboy. It upsets my digestion. Please, get to the point.
A friend told me you might know what's going on in Taipei. Something about the assassination of a certain political figure.
I see. And this friend, he shared this with you out of the goodness of his heart?
We have a good working relationship.
Wonderful. Friendship is a rare treasure. Mr. Thornton, a man in my position does not get to be a man in my position without knowing the value of a good trade.
I can understand that. I suppose the question is what you need.
Some of my lieutenants seem to think they would do better without my loving guidance and gentle hand. They have set up shop in a disreputable part of town. Now, if you were to discourage them, I will tell you what I know.
You don't even know me. Why trust me with something like this? Why not use your own people?
My own people are known to these roads. You, on the other hand, look enough like an ignorant Wilo tourist that they might only mug you.
Well, when you put it that way, it's hard to argue. All right, Mr. Hong.
I knew you would see the wisdom of this deal, Mr. Thornton. Contact me again when my wayward children have been dealt with, huh? Oh, and Mr. Thornton,
Yeah.
don't call me Mr. Hong.
Okay, I'm not far from the market, near the slums.
I'm picking up some activity near your position. I don't think Hong Shi gave us the whole story.
The head of an organized crime syndicate not telling the truth? Gee, that's a stretch.
Stretch or not, it looks like you're going to see some heavier resistance up ahead.
Interesting.
What is?
I just found a 10-page list of Triad members.
How does that help us?
I think it may be a list of all the defectors.
You said 10 pages? How many defectors are there?
A hell of a lot more than Hong sure told us about.
You better watch yourself, Mike. There's no telling what else he forgot to tell us about.
My thoughts exactly.
Did you hear that? I know you're here somewhere. I said. Shut up! I heard something.
That's the last of the lieutenants.
Good work. Head back to the safe house. I'll arrange a meeting for you with Hong Shi's people.
I'm on my way.
Wait a minute. Mike, satellite's picking up multiple individuals, headed your way fast.
Triads?
Probably. They're armed like triads anyway.
How much time do I have?
Not long. They'll be there in less than a minute. You better find a good defensive position.
Good thinking.
It looks like they'll be coming in from the loading dock, directly opposite the door you entered from.
Looks like they already had a turret covering that entrance. That might be just the thing to welcome them. I found controls for the sluice gates. Should provide for an interesting approach. Mina, I need you to look something up for me.
Sure. What do you need?
Exactly how many diseases can I get from walking in this?
Don't be such a baby. You'll be fine. Have 2 deep shots. And a full course of antibiotics. And a month in the quarantine room.
They left that part of it on proof brochures.
Mr. Thornton, you return. The television is already humming with talk of your assault on the slums.
Oh, it's all wrapped up, but there's a few things you didn't tell me. And I'm guessing you didn't tell your subordinates either.
What exactly are you talking about, Mr. Thornton?
I'm talking about why your men defected. It wasn't a business dispute. Don't you think your men have the right to know that?
I do not take kindly to blackmail, Mr. Thornton. Take care. You will lose a powerful ally if you follow this road with me. Tell me, what is your silence worth?
I think you know more about the major players in Taipei than you let on. Give me everything you have.
Very well, Mr. Thornton. Now, may we return to the business at hand?
Shahid was sending you large sums of money. What was it for?
A man in my position has access to certain materials, Mr. Thornton. Materials that a man in Shahid's position finds very valuable. We had a long-standing business arrangement.
You were selling him weapons, you son of a bitch. Do you know how many innocent people Al Samad has killed?
Quite a lot, I should imagine. Not nearly so many as your government, Mr. Thornton. I did not sell weapons to Shahid directly. I was merely a facilitator.
You tell yourself whatever you have to sleep at night.
I cannot afford to be sentimental. I ensured that Shahid's fighters had weapons when and where they were required, for which I was paid large sums of money.
And that put you in a position to know about the assassination attempt on Ronald's son. Hand over that information, and I'll overlook your part in this.
As promised, Mr. Thornton. Here is all the information I have regarding this unfortunate business with Mr. Sung.
If this information's no good, I'll be seeing you again.
Such trickery would benefit me not at all. I give you my word. That is all the information I have. Oh, there is one other thing. Beware of the man called Oman Dang.
Oman Dang? Who's he?
I'm afraid no one really knows. He is a powerful man in Taipei, and I have heard his name mentioned along with the rumors of this assassination.
I'll keep my ears open. Thanks.
I expect you to maintain your silence on the matter of my family problems. Do not contact me again. I have given you all the help I'm inclined to offer, Mr. Thornton.
Don't worry. You won't see me again. I'm sending you the data I got from Hong Sure now.
Receiving. Got it.
Anything?
According to this, the White Oak Mountain Triad was approached to provide security for a diplomatic exchange at a subway station on the Xingmei line tomorrow night.
Diplomatic exchange. What links that to the assassination plot?
Hong Shure's lieutenants dug into the guy's background. Turns out, he was an NSB deep cover operative. After some persuasion, he let slip that he was working undercover to foil a major political assassination.
Persuasion. Do I want to know?
You really don't.
That gives us a time and a place. Think it's enough to go on?
Xingmei Station is pretty big. You could wander around for an hour and not find the exchange. You'll need to identify the package being handed off. If you can find a way to track it, even better.
I'll see what I can dig up. I'll be in touch.
Okay. Good luck, Mike.